We live in the protocol that they do in Nigeria. So I'm not standing on any existing protocol. I will say to you that I do not believe that people who have not done excellent jobs should be called excellency. Neither do I believe that people who have behaved dishonorably should be called honorable. But we thank God at the table today, we have people who have been honorable and doing excellent jobs. So I say to you all are Nigerians, and no Nigerian is more Nigerian than any Nigerian. We live in a country today where some people are seen as lesser citizens, and that must not happen. I'm very glad about the topic that I have today, enlightened youth and Nigeria's democracy. Democracy is everything. A lot of us have been brought up, we've been conditioned to believe that politics is dead. But guess what? It is politics. It is true politics that the people who are going to make policies that make or mar our lives come into office. And therefore, every one of us, we have to be interested in politics. It's not something that you do and get away with it. Can I ask a question, please? Can I move away from here? Is that okay? Who are they? Will you still hear me? You won't be able to hear me? Because I hate being restricted, so sometimes I just walk around with me. But anyway, we'll make it work. You know, for a long time, do you hear when they say you are the future of Nigeria, right? The leaders, I can move, right? You are the leaders of Nigeria. You are the future leaders. I was going to say, and yet I'm not yet. You're not the future of tomorrow. You're not the leaders of tomorrow. You're the leaders of today. So let's start from there. For every place that you find yourself, you have to take ownership. You have to lead. The most important thing, you have capacity, and you have to have the knowledge, the will to learn, unlearn, and relearn. We're no longer in industrial age, where what you knew, what they teach you in the school, is all you have to go through. This is the information age. Because we are even past the information age, we are entering the machine age, machine era. So it really doesn't matter what you know. What really matters is how fast can you learn, unlearn, and relearn. Because things are changing at such a speed that most of us can't even keep up with. So I say to you, everyone here, who are you? Who are you? It's a question everyone must answer. And it's a question that you must sit down and ask yourself, who am I? Not what your parents told you who you are, not what the society has told you who you are, not what anyone has said who you are, but in your own mind, in your own space, you finding yourself is one of the first steps to being enlightened. Because a lot of people don't find themselves. They go through the motion of society. Sometimes they want to please everyone. And at the end of the day, there is a conflict between the outside and the inside. And it is going wrong. So the first thing you have to do to be enlightened, sit down and ask yourself, who am I? Sometimes it can be a painful experience. Then you sit down and map out yourself. Be truthful to yourself. When you find out who you are, nobody can tell you anything to you that makes you question yourself. In today's world, especially with social media, you have people insulting, abusing, attacking, right? When you begin to see, answer that question, who am I? Carry a book and write down everything. So what you do with that is that you recognize your weaknesses and your strengths. And they're all okay. You amplify your strength. You work on your strength. You become better with your strength. And then your weaknesses, you do a few things about them. The most important is contract it out to someone to do. I'm good at speaking. If you give me this mic, I can speak for 10 hours without drinking water. That's my strength. But if you tell me, Aisha, what you're saying, sit down and write your report, I'll spend 10 hours. The paper is too black. But you know what? I'm okay with my weakness. Yes, I can push myself and actually write, but that's not my strength. Then why would I bother having to do that? I will simply contract. I'll say, this is what I need to say. Put it in writing. You get, that's how you work. And so you become a better version of yourself. And you'll say, but every one of us There is something in us, there's a talent, there's a skill that you have. But most times what people do is that they focus on their weakness rather than on their strength. And they keep struggling with their weakness and forget that they should need to amplify their strength. I drove in there today, I wasn't the one driving. Someone told me, I have to say, we need to come here. If I have to come here myself tomorrow, I will get lost. It's one of my weaknesses, to know where things are. So what do I do? Contract it out. So that's something that everyone wants to understand. The next thing I'm going to say, of course, is that don't sell yourself short. A lot of people sell themselves short. A lot of people are afraid to do what they need to do. And they stand behind, they're shy. Remember, growing up, you were told, oh, don't make so much noise. It's better to be quiet and all of that. As an adult, it's not. It's better to be quiet. Be heard. Some people say, Aisha, why are you so loud? I said, when I leave this world, I want them to know that somebody came. I don't want to come quietly and quietly. So that's important to me. So allow yourself to be heard. Don't sell yourself short. Go out there. Let's see what will happen. A no. What does a no signify? It doesn't reduce who you are. You understand? It doesn't change your height. It doesn't change your color. So if they say no, no problem. You keep going. Failure, they say, is not falling down. Failure is what? Refusing to stand up. You have knowledge. Oh my goodness. Knowledge, knowledge, knowledge. If you're knowledgeable, you can get anywhere. You can speak. It doesn't matter how you look. It doesn't matter how old you are. But when you have that knowledge, whether they like it or not, they will come to you. Because there's something that you have to offer. So it's very important for everyone to ensure in being enlightened that they acquire as much knowledge as they can. To go beyond what course you're reading. Read widely. And today we have good audio books. So you don't know why you're watching, you're also reading, you're learning. And then when you get to places, you're able to speak. Because at the end of the day, Nigeria is as good as the citizen. And you are the citizen. Enlightened youth is what we need in this country. People who do not allow religion, tribe, gender, age to divide them. People who stand and ensure that the right thing is done. I say to people, how do you know you are the tribe you are? How do you know you are the tribe you are? They told you, right? You grew up with your parents and they said you're a certain tribe. Why if tomorrow your parents are supposed to say, oh, you know, you were actually adopted, but you are from a different tribe? And probably you created that tribe. What then happens? Together, it's how you work. Divided, you definitely will be conquered. And in today's politics, a lot of people have decided that what they do is to continue to divide the people so that they will get in there. And they tell you about religion, they tell you about ethnicity, they tell you about gender and all of that. Does hunger know gender? I'm asking the question, does hunger know gender? Does hunger know religion? Does hunger know tribe? Have you ever gone to the market, the buy something and they say, oh, what tribe are you? And you told him their tribe and they gave it to me for free. If that doesn't happen, then why would you allow it to divide you? So my generation, we grew up under military. We were subdued. We were militarized. We were told that every time we had to obey even when the men to obey. But your generation didn't make the mistakes that we made. We stayed away from politics. We stayed away and said it was dirty because we were conditioned to believe that it's dirty. It's not. Because sometimes, as I was studying the conversation we had that democracy probably has failed in Nigeria. Democracy hasn't failed. We have not engaged with democracy. We've stayed away, we've been alone. We feel pride. It's something of a pride that someone says, you know, I don't do politics. I'm not partisan. But we are all political animals. Every one of us here today, what you're wearing today is not the only cloth that you have, is it? Is what you are wearing the only cloth that you have? No. You made a choice. That's what it is. You have to decide what color. I had a lot of hijab that I decided I was going to wear a hijab. Probably would have wear white microphone and we'll be matching and twinning. So I decided to wear it. I made a choice. That's what politics is all about, making a choice. But when we sit back and say that we do not want to be part of it, nature abhors cycle. And people who do not take part in it, invariably end up endorsing the ones who are not competent. For Nigeria to work, we have to fix politics. We have to fix politics. Because politics is how we get the people that will be elected to get into office, and then their policies affect every one of us. Who is doing a court that has president? Executive accountable. They ratify treaties. They have they have this function where they check on things that are happening. And when there's appointment, they are the ones who approve, right? And so that's how the democracy works. The unfortunately in Nigeria, we don't have that. Yes, the other one was oversight function. They have oversight function. The legislative act is supposed to be the most powerful. But in Nigeria today, we have people who are charlatans, who just go in there, they don't know why they're there, who stand there for their own personal interest rather than the interest of the people. And the first thing they did was to change the national anthem without consulting the people. If the Nigerian people had been consulted and they decided that they wanted to be enslaved to a country that held us, that colonized us, and go back to an anthem that was written by a foreigner and throw away the anthem that was written by Nigerians, then we'll say that's what Nigerians wanted, and you will expect it to be stopped. But when there's no consultation, it's a problem. And that's why we must engage in democracy. If we had at the National Assembly, the State House Assembly, enlightened citizens, then we don't allow this to happen. Then we hold the executive accountable. Because in the three arms of government, the executive is actually the weakest, but it is one that has many. And then unfortunately in Nigeria, Ghana must go work with us. So people are ready to sell their souls for them to go in there. Also, you can't blame them money. Anybody that has paid for votes, it's no longer democracy, it's no longer politics, it's now business. If people spend their money to enter offices, the same people to vote for them, so we don't have the moral justification to tell them not to do what they're doing because they pay for it. And if we want that to change, we must put our money where our votes are. People must be ready to come out and give of what they have to candidates and ensure they monitor them. When we have people using their own money to go into offices, what you will have is that people with competent parties, people who have voted for Nigeria, that have never stolen a dime, that have never done anything wrong, who do not have money to go in there. And the people who will go in there and continue to perpetuate themselves or their students are the ones who have stolen our collective wealth, and they will use it to keep themselves in office. And when they get there, whatever we say, they will hear. The greatest room for activism, the greatest place for activism is the polling unit. That's where the number one protest starts from. Because
Aisha, I beg, tell them there's no due existing protocols. No. All the protocols, existing protocols has been broken by one person. So there is no existing protocols in Nigeria because there's no law. Nigeria is a country of lawlessness. There's no law. So no, Aisha feels that there's no existing protocols to stand on before she can make her speech. Yes, that is it. No, wow. Yes, of course, there's no existing protocols in Nigeria. No law. Nothing is working. Everything is going upside down. The law, because they won't. That's all this we've been saying, talking about that time. People will take this country for granted because all the laws has been broken. From the judiciary, from bottom to the top, or from top to the bottom. So yeah, that's why you see everything is going wrong, and nothing is happening. There's no existing protocols. There's no law. A law country of lawlessness, country of anyhow, do anything you like and get away with it. Just go get small. Just get this small money. Just get this small money. You'll be all right. Everything will be fine for you. So yeah, that's it. That's cool. Aisha Tokan will say there's no existing protocols to stand on before she make her speech. So she stand like that and make her speech. No existing protocols. Anyways, if today is your first time coming across my YouTube channel, please do me a favor to subscribe to this channel and hit the notification button so that you don't miss any update from me. You know, as it go now, I'll be your guy runner for me. Please subscribe now.